I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain in the desert. Oh yeah, this is my happy space. Exploring an unfamiliar landscape, adventuring into the unknown, and spending a night alone in the wilderness. Hey, welcome back YouTube. My name is Eric, and this is my first time in the Sonoran desert. I have everything I need for survival in this backpack, so we're just gonna walk until we can find a flat spot big enough for my tent. We'll stop there. Looks like there's a flat spot right down here. Let's go take a closer look. Yeah, this spot will work fine. Just gonna clear away some of the bigger rocks. I slept a lot of cool places in my life, but this is the first time I've ever slept underneath a giant cactus. This is gonna be fun. The weather was perfect today for these types of outside shenanigans. I think it was in the mid 70s this afternoon, and it's gonna get down to about the lower 40s tonight. We ended up getting a late start today, and we're fighting against the sun setting. We got to get this tent set up quick and then get dinner made. I'm hungry. I added a new animal to the list of wild animals that I've seen in my life. For the first time the other day, I seen a javelina, which is a wild pig. Actually, I saw 3 of them. Yeah, javelinas. In the desert, they got wild pigs. Pretty cool. The tent is set up here, and I feel happy, safe, and secure with how that looks. The sun is falling behind the hill, and we have about 45 minutes of actual daylight left. Now that the tent is set up, we need to get dinner going. Really excited about tonight's dinner. It's just a simple taco, and I pre-arranged everything ahead of time. In this bag, I got thinly sliced New York strip steaks and a big old hunk of butter that I threw in there to grease the pan with. In this bag, I have cilantro, red onions, and lime chopped up. So it's gonna be steak tacos all by myself as the sun sets in the desert. Starting with a preheated pan, we'll throw in our steak and butter first. Spread that around a little bit. Steak is done. Turn the heat off on that. Smells like butter. Ooh, it looks wonderful. I got a 12-inch flour tortilla here. And with about a half a pound of steak, I'm gonna make 2 tortillas. So I use half of the steak on the first one and half of the steak on the second one. Next we got some red onions and cilantro mixture. Like a little bit more of that. And then of course, oops, we dropped our lime, but we got another one. A squirt of lime. It looks wonderful. Carne asada taco, homemade in the desert, going in. Oh yeah, it's steak cooked in butter, wrapped in tortilla. It's amazing. It may be a bit foolish to cook right next to my tent like this, but oh well, it's too late now. Cooking is done. And they were so good. Making my second taco. I have absolutely no regrets about doing this. This is really exciting, and I can feel my adrenaline pumping as the sun sets, and I've got chores, and I want to get, this dinner cleaned up, and I'm out here all alone. Bet I'll be able to see a bazillion stars tonight. The skies are really clear. Maybe I'll see a UFO. I regret not bringing my bear spray. I seen it laying there and was like, I'm not gonna need it. There's no bears up here. Dinner was absolutely fantastic, but I didn't bring a bear bag either. I didn't even think about it, but it also keeps rodents out of your trash and other scavengers out of your trash. I should have absolutely brought a bear bag for my trash. I'm gonna have to go hide this somewhere away from camp. It's not that much trash, but it smells like cilantro, onions, and steak juice and butter. So yeah, we gotta go hide this. Can you see my tent down there in that little gully? I'm just gonna hang this over here on this plant. It looks prickly as hell. Oh my God. What a crazy, horrible idea. All right, but no animal is gonna be able to get that, I don't think, unless they take the whole plant down. Actually, that's not a horrible idea. That'll work, keeping it there. And our tent's down here. I couldn't be happier to get all this done before the sunset. Yay. Love it when a plan comes together. I guess that is a pretty safe distance away from camp, if I'm being honest. Right? That's fair enough. If the wild pigs want to come and get me, they'll have to come and get me. I'm in the superstitious mountains here in Arizona, and I'm surrounded by the Sonoran desert. This is really fantastic. But of course, every time I film a new video, I always do a little research before I do my own filming, and I see what others have done a little bit. And the things that I've looked up about the Superstition Mountains were all insane conspiracy theories about horrible things happening to people. So on top of not having a bear bag, the wild pigs potentially chasing me down, and now the potentiality of superstitious things happening in the mountains, oh, my blood is pumping and the sun is setting. This is a really good idea. I mean, this is living. This is really living for me. I'm so happy. And I'm glad I can share this with you. The one thing I'm missing on this trip, though, is a fire. And I'm not gonna have one tonight, even though I've seen evidence of other people having fires on my hikes yesterday. I'm just not gonna do it. It's really dry here, and I would hate for something to catch on fire like these grasses. You know, there's no water or nothing around other than the 2 liters that I brought. So I ain't starting no dang fire. I don't need one. It would be awesome, but I don't need one. It has been an epic day. Thank you guys for following along with me. But the hot desert sun has been beating on my head all day, and that meal filled me up. You can see the sun is set. I'm gonna crawl in the sleeping bag and get some Z's. I will see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Here's a look outside the tent. Coffee time. Slept pretty well last night. Although after I finished that last shot where I was saying good night to the camera, I actually got up for another hour so I could just relax and stargaze and enjoy the night before I went to bed. And I was sitting here in my chair, and a whole herd of deer started developing around me. They were coming up this draw here behind me, and some were splitting to the left and some were splitting to the right. And so I'm sitting here and I'm surrounded by this whole herd of deer and I'm just being very quiet. But the rock is volcanic, and the way that their hooves sound on the volcanic rock, they can't be quiet, dude. They had made so much noise. Boom, 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 boom. And then finally I went, whoo! And I spooked them all and they ran down the valley down. It was so cool, man. I was surrounded by all these deer in the middle of the night. Yeah, it was fun. There was a lot of stars out last night. There was a very lot of stars, yeah. Good times out here in the desert. I wasn't scared at all. I survived. Nothing messed with our trash all night either. Thank goodness for that. Just another random Tuesday for a homeless guy. This has been a fabulous idea, coming to the desert for the winter. It's the first time I've ever done this. I can see why people do it now. Although, you know, I wouldn't want to be around all the people. I don't think the courtside energy is for me, but you can definitely find wide open spaces if you enjoy solitude. And we found wide open spaces last night. This spot was fabulous. I really appreciate you guys following me along. I hope you're enjoying these journeys. I'm having the time of my life. This is where I feel most alive. Exploring, being nomadic. Man, I'm having so much fun. Yeah. From here, we're going to be heading even further west, probably towards Las Vegas. Just a couple 100 miles north of here is the Grand Canyon, but there's snow up there. I don't really want to get up into the snow. This is really nice. And I've never been to Vegas. We'll go check out the Sphere. After we leave here, we'll go to Vegas. Just one last look at the awesomeness of this spot. Looking down valley. And this is the part of the video where I gotta break down camp so we can make this plan happen. The trail is just up on that ridge right there, and then it's about a 2-mile walk back to my car. We'll be heading towards Vegas and editing the video at the same time type of deal as I'm on the roll. And then once I release this video, we'll be filming in Vegas. I want to thank everybody for following along. A special thanks to all my financial supporters that gave through PayPal, and super thanks. And definitely a special shout out to Thomas. You know who you are and what's up. Appreciate that one. That was real solid, dude. Real solid, dude. But anyway, we're going to have a fun adventure. I hope you follow along. Until the next video, smile your way through the day.